Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Jaw Jackin. I'm your host, Jerry Guy. Just kicking it, coming in hot off the heels on Dr. Gerald Dozier's Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. We're just going to kick it here. This AMA next 30 minutes is essentially answering any and all of your questions that you might have around cybersecurity, career, industry, or anything like that. I see things are getting queued up. Let's go ahead and get on the train. 1 second, I've got some DMs coming in that I think I need to take care of. Oh, I see. All right, cool. All right, hey, so Space Tacos says, hey, Jerry has said, have I said info stealer or ransomware? I said ransomware for sure. There were no info stealer stories today, though. Gumby says, I just got through the first stage of my application for a CTI analyst. It's a recorded video interview, never done one before, so a bit nervous. Any tips for question responses? Yeah, I mean, the cool thing is because it's a recorded interview, you can prep like a boss. My advice to you, Gumby, if you already know what the questions are going to be, this is how I would do it. You know, you choose your own adventure, but how I would do it, I would actually think through like how I'd want to answer these questions and then make a little outline that I can reference. Not the answers, not full scripted answers, but just the outline, because you want it to sound natural and authentic from your own voice. But by having an outline, you'll make sure that you kind of touch on every aspect you want. Nothing's worse than getting so focused on one aspect and then forgetting about all the others, and then afterwards you're like, oh my god, I should have mentioned XYZ. So that's what I would do. Also, don't be afraid to take a couple cuts at it. I yell into a camera for like 2 hours a day every day, so I'm a little bit more accustomed to it, but I still jack it up and have to restart and all these other things. So definitely get on that. Also, just Gumby, from a pure I guess quality standard, make sure you're speaking into your mic nice and clear. Make sure you're illuminated. Look at this. I could film this right now. You see me? I could film this and pass it in and it would be fine. But subconsciously, whoever's watching it's probably going to have some type of opinion. It's going to influence how they're perceiving you. So just make sure that you're lit up if you have to be. And if you don't have a spotlight like that, you can also use oh my god, the Eye of Sauron. Hold on, that's not going to work. Let's close that. Just natural light's pretty good. So that's what I recommend. Hey, Sharon Okpala. You passive observer. It's great to hear from you. I'm glad you said what's up. Ann Kaminer says, are we doing anything for April 20th? April 20th is a Saturday this year, so I don't typically stream on Saturday. So no, but I mean, if you're into, if you're into April 20th type stuff and you want to, legally do things that relax you, go for it. Giddy up on that. I'm not one to judge. Brandon Lane, passive observer, because I'm on the late train, usually start watching them out when the daily cyber threat brief is over. Scheduling, sad face. Hey, Brandon Lane, glad to have you here. Appreciate you making time for us on the train. I know schedules can be tough, but we're happy to have you here, Brandon. All right. Jerry, what are your thoughts on Splunk for SIM? Taekwon Gong. So Taekwon Gong, Splunk for SIM. Now, Splunk was recently acquired by Cisco, so I don't know if things have changed. But Splunk, two things I'll tell you about it. One, there's a lot of training out there for Splunk. Splunk is an enterprise-grade SIM. It's very good. The challenge with Splunk is it's expensive, right? So I know this doesn't affect the SOC analyst practitioner, but for businesses, Splunk charges by data held, right? And data held is what you're able to query on in your SIM platform, your Splunk interface. So Splunk, the app, is not really that expensive. The data that they store and index and query, that's very expensive. And a lot of times businesses and infosec offices that don't really know what they're doing, with all due respect, will just capture all the data because they don't know what they need and what they don't need. And in effect, they're saving tons of data they don't need, which means they're paying for a ton of storage they don't need, which means it's super expensive. And unfortunately, Splunk, where I've seen it, you get like kind of locked in and integrated to it. So it's very difficult to pivot off. So that's my thoughts on Splunk. I will also tell you, since a bonus fact, since I'm on the topic and no one asked, I've heard Microsoft Sentinel, which is the SIM solution in Office 365, actually is quite expensive as well. It's kind of a sleepy giant and gets a little bit out of control, I've heard. Cyber Eddie, can you review my portfolio website? It's not fully done, but I have the general idea published. Yeah, drop it in chat. I'll bring it up and we'll tear it up for a minute. Splunk is a funny name. Yeah. Jerry, what are your thoughts on Sumer Logic or Stellar Cyber for SIM? John Brock. I've never heard of Stellar Cyber, so I don't have an opinion on that. Sumo Logic, I believe Sumo Logic, is that open source? Let me see the pricing on Sumo Logic. Sumo Logic has free version, log data retention. Hold on, I'm looking at this right now. Let's see what screen we get. Oh, you got my production screen. That's funny. All right, let's change the screen. So it's always a wild card on what screen you're going to get. Okay, so this is Sumo Logic. I've heard of Sumo Logic. I know some MDR providers will support it. You can see here for free, you can have 7 days of log data retention. This is what I was talking about, like what's wicked expensive. Let's see, log capacity, a gig a day. Again, there's 2 stars there, so you might want to check out what that means. Real-time alerting, 50/50. I don't know. This would definitely be like worth checking out. Okay, they do have a free tier. I guess here's the thing I would say. When it says free, but then it says start free trial, to me that indicates that it's not free forever. There's a period of time that they want to get you in and get you on. So we'll see. So I don't have an opinion. I've heard good things about it. I do like the dark mode. But I don't know. There's other solutions out there. Graylog, just your regular elk stacks, elastic Kibana stacks. All right. Did Eddie drop his link to his portfolio? All right. I'm an elder millennial. What's relaxing mean? No kidding, Rex. Welcome to the party, pal. Jeez. Welcome to the party, pal. Morning, Dr. Ozier. My company may pay for me to go to Wild West Hackin' Fest. Should I choose a training that would benefit my role or one I'm most interested in? Thanks for your input. Ooh, so Lazaro, I know you just got that job recently. If it were me, this is what I would do. If you plan on staying at the company that you're at right now, I would absolutely take one that adds value to your job. And then when I came back, I would make it almost abundantly overt that you're taking the training you learned and implementing it into practice and then demonstrating some type of return on investment for the business, right? It's not enough to just say, oh, I learned some cool stuff and I'm trying it out. Like, I would go all the way with like a little plan. Like when you come back, so take the training, right? And when you come back, tell your boss like, oh, hey, I learned this, this, and this, and I'm going to do this, this, and this on these dates. And then next time you meet with your boss after those dates pass, you could say, hey, remember I told you about that thing you sent me for, that training? Well, I've done X, Y, and Z, and here's what I'm seeing. And then finally, the third meeting, you can say, look, here is the value or whatever. And don't make it about the money. Don't make it about the cost of sending you. Just make it about value for your business and organization. Trust me, like sending for training and stuff, unless it's like a small business, the number, I don't want to say the numbers don't matter, but like spending $2,000, like if you're like $750 million business, spending $2,000 or whatever to send you, it's like no problem. But the boss will not the business may not remember how much it costs to send you, but they will remember the value they got from sending you and how it brought, some change to your business, to your environment. So they'll send you again next year. That's what I would do. Morning, Dr. Ozier. Oh, wait, that's the same question. Let's keep going here. All right. Yeah, Zeke used to be called Bro back in the day, but that name changed. Z-Myth, I will tell you, Zeke, aka now called Bro, it is like I've talked to multiple SOC analysts and security analysts, SOC managers, and if you say, hey, you get one tool in your environment, what tool? Zeke is the one that they would take. Is John Hoyt here? Is John? Hold on, let me check. John Hoyt is not in chat. It's too bad. Yeah, definitely learning Zeke is definitely worth it. You can also go check out CoreLight. Zeke is free, but CoreLight is a company that helps like implement Zeke at organizations and write rules and stuff like that. So it's all good. All right. Zeke is basically like capturing intel and logs around security events. That's like what makes it so good. Oh, Eric Capuano training? Yeah, you'll get a double shot because it's Eric and Whitney. And I think that's the Velociraptor training, which is an open source tool. It's a free tool, but it allows you to do like crazy threat hunting and digging into artifacts and stuff like that. So you won't be disappointed. Eric Capuano is legit. Whitney is legit. They're over at Lima Charlie now. All right. Tom Bishop, my man, Tom. Good to see you. All right, Cyber Eddie. I don't know. Maybe you could drop it in DMs or yeah. Thank you. Post it to Discord, Cyber Eddie. Oh, Brian Mulder. I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe CoreLight's marketing. They spam you a lot. I don't know. I do know one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life is works at CoreLight, Dr. Keith Jones. I graduated PhD DSU with Dr. Keith Jones. And that dude is, put it this way. He's a double E. Marcus Kyler knows what I'm talking about. Smartest people I've ever met in my life, double E holders, double E electrical engineers. I probably do have a video for that. Carlos Fortosa, what is the baton for? Carlos, we have something called the Simply Cyber Community Challenge that we do every single day, and it's a way to connect the community and blow things up. Today we have Zatalpa with the baton. If you want to come back on Monday, Carlos, and volunteer for the baton, you absolutely can. Carlos, go on LinkedIn and search for the hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge, and you will see what I'm talking about. Search on LinkedIn for it. You'll love it. Lazaro, we're slowly implementing Velociraptor. Oh my God. Yeah, no, that you would have amazing value. Also, Lazaro, mention Simply Cyber. I mean, whatever. I'll be there. So you could just point over there and be like, Eric, that guy. Eric and I are friends. Whitney and I are friends too, but Whitney's very quiet, so. Good morning from Kansas City. Hashtag Team Kansas City. That's right, Scott B. Toasty Pops. All right. Looking to obtain my ISC2 GRC cert. Any good resources? How can I pass the exam? I have my CISSP. Nice, Augusto Delgado. So, I mean, obviously, Augusto is far, like, okay, so Augusto Delgado wants help passing the ISC2 GRC cert. I will just point out the not free solution would be my GRC Analyst Masterclass, which is, I don't even know what the ISC GRC cert is asking about, but I guarantee you my class will cover everything that's in that cert. And it's actually 15% off right now. So if you go to academy.simplycyber.io, you'll see it. Now for free resources, Augusta Delgado, let's just do a quick little, let's see what this is. All right, security management, scoping. Oh, you know what? Hey, Augusta Delgado, I got your answer. This right here, looking at these domains in order. I don't know if you can see them on stream. You guys see these domains in order? Look at this. Program, scope, selection, implement, audit, authorize, continuous monitor. Do you know what this is? This 100% overlap is... Ready? Get some of this. Come on, bro. Ready? You want to see a magic trick? Oh my God. That graphic is terrible. There we go. You ready? Program, categorize, select, implement, assess, authorize, continuous monitor. Wait a minute. Is this a one-to-one mapping? Yes, it is. This is NIST 837 all day long. Augusta Delgado, if you want to pass this, go look at this document right here. 837 Rev 2. All your base belong to us right here. GRC for the win. All right, here we go. I'll drop a link in chat. Although I don't know if I can drop links. There we go. All right. Keith Sloan, what would be your number one takeaway from the chat with Jason yesterday? Oh my God, Keith. Yeah, I mean, that conversation with Jason, like that man grinds hard. I guess really my key takeaways would be like, I'm not using AI remotely. Like I use AI every day, and I'm like a basic B user. Jason is a power user, and there's a lot of insights that can be gleaned from him around utilizing the full potential of AI. That's what I got from it. Also, I want to point out, Jason is doing his course in June. I've never been able to take it because it's always on the weekends. He's offering it during the week. I looked into it last night. Well, last night and this morning. I actually have a family vacation that week. Like I am off. Like I will be unavailable, which is awesome because I love my family and I really want to take a vacation with them. But I won't be able to take that course actually, which is unfortunate. And also, spoiler alert, I also am going to have to, like BSEC, you might want to get your ears warm. I'm going to have to find some replacement hosts for that week, each of the day's daily cyber threat briefs. So I know Jack Scott's done it in the past. Josh Mason's done it in the past. Eric Taylor's done it in the past. I'm not going to ask Eric at all. I love Eric, but I'm not going to ask him at this particular time. And but BSEC, he's got all the fancy OBS flipping around, so maybe we'll mix it up. All right, here we go. It's the week of June. I believe it's the week of June 24th through June 28th. June 24th through June 28th. I'll have to confirm that, but I got to check with my wife. Mrs. Ozier is definitely the key here. All right, so let's look at, Carlos. Hey, Gerald, good morning. I already answered that. All right, so check it out. We're going to look at Eddie. We're going to look at Cyber Eddie's portfolio. So now, Cyber Eddie, just so we're all on the same page, I'm perceiving that this is this something that you send to employers? Is this just like, this is like your website basically, right? So you send people to it. Let's take a look. All right. I like, hey, like this is a person. So now I feel like, I like that. West Michigan. SOC level 1, try hack me, projects to view, try hack me, root me. You're right up. Okay. You got a medium post. Okay, that's cool. This looks good. All right, so I like the blog post right up. Very nice. Let's look at your certs. Very nice. Notes. Okay. Is this like... Oh, this is your notes for Notion. So it almost seems like the notes are more for you than for the viewer. Let's look about the about. Okay, so obviously this is still in progress. Very nice. All right, and then project page. All right, hold on. I'm just consuming this right now. All right, so this is obviously a work in progress. All right, here are my thoughts right now, Eddie. I like the concept of what you're doing, okay? What I would say is on this page, since this is your landing page, right? You got to remember, whoever's coming to your page, and I mean this with all respect to everybody, right? But you have to make it as easy as possible for them to consume the content, right? So like even clicking on your certifications tab might be asking too much, right? So if it was possible to have everything on like one page and kind of like one of those like doom scroll things, that could be useful. You have your get in touch way down here. People might not even scroll. People might not even scroll down here, right? It might just be what they do here. So I might even put get in touch like right here. Also, what I think my initial reaction is, this is not, it's okay, I'm just going to say it kind of bluntly. Okay, Eddie, this layout is kind of disorganized, right? It just kind of looks like some things kind of thrown on the table. I know it's a project in progress, but I'd like to see it just a little bit more tightened up. Like you have a lot of like real estate. Like look at all this real estate right here. Like this is all dead white space, right? And I get, you know, I like what you're doing. It's just, this is a ton of real estate. Like I go to this page, I'm not going to scroll, I'm not going to click on any links, and there's almost as much blank space as there is content. That just needs to be tightened up. Again, I like what you're doing. And then, you know, basically on the cert page, I like this. You might want to add like some type of statement here, like even this 1 or 2 sentences, like about your certs or why you're getting them or the direction or something like that. Your notes, again, there's no context to this page. Like, look at this is a massive amount of real estate, and I know this is a resource for you, but if someone were to come here, they like I figured it out, but people aren't going to want to think or work. So, you know, you might say, hey, like almost have like a statement right here. Like, hey, this is, you know, for Try Hack Me. Try Hack Me is a platform for learning hacking. And I've been focusing on the Defender workflow learning path or whatever. Here are my notes for crushing Try Hack Me. Take advantage of them if you'd like. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, etc. So like I would do that. Your about page. I like this, but again, I don't know if people are going to necessarily read this. Also, your about page, I don't know who this is, right? So this picture is a huge picture taking up a ton of real estate that doesn't really do anything. Like I'd rather see this picture because this is Eddie, right? And this is Eddie's about page. So just a couple thoughts. You might even want to tighten it up so like the picture is like in line with the text, so then it kind of wraps around it. Just a couple thoughts. All right, be good, Tom Bishop. Good to see you. All right, let's go. What time is it? 9:17. Perfect. Tito Cybertech. I had my last interview for a SOC analyst position last Tuesday, straight with the CEO. I did great. He told me that he would recommend me to the hiring manager for the position, but I haven't heard back. Should I email them to ask? Yeah, I mean, if you have the CEO's email, and it's been, you said last Tuesday, so I'm assuming you mean a week ago Tuesday, not 2 days ago. If it was Tuesday the 2nd, I would wait until next week. If it was Tuesday the March 26th, I would certainly email and just say, hey, if you have the CEO, I would say, hey, really appreciated it. I know things have been busy, right? You got to remember the CEO is probably very busy. And while you guys had a connection, you're not the top of the CEO's mind likely, right? So I might follow up with the CEO and, say, hey, like, I really enjoyed the conversation. I know you were going to recommend me to the hiring manager. I haven't heard back. Is there anything I can do to help facilitate? Then I would email the hiring manager and just say, hey, I'm not like, maybe just following up to see if there was anything else that I could possibly help, or you had any follow-up questions. You might even want to say, if there was some conversation during your interview with the hiring manager where there was some, I don't know, or do you know about this technology? No, I don't. Where you've done some additional work, like BSEC was saying the other day, like, hey, do you guys know how to use Juniper or whatever? Do you know how to program in Python? No. You could say, hey, like, following up, let me know if you have any more questions. Also, you had mentioned, learning Python would be useful. I've gone ahead and actually done X, Y, and Z to learn Python since we last spoke. Super excited about the opportunity. I hope to hear from you soon. Show that initiative, show that hunger. Don't be pushy, and try to deliver value in every form of communication. Also, don't write a word wall. Just be very succinct and to the point, right? Because they're not going to read a word wall. Let's see. All right, Jax, Joss, Justin, Joseph, VSEC. Ooh. Let's see. I will tell you, I mean, it'd be great to have tons of people in here. What is this? Yeah, it looks like Josh Mason might be on travel as well. Crap, my dogs are trying to get out of here. Hey, I don't know what Mod Chat's talking about here with the big X. Where's this SC bingo? How does it work? How can you participate? So Zelaya, the bingo already happened. We kind of did it during the morning brief. Every day I will pin the bingo card into the chat. You can see if you're on YouTube, the card's right here. This is the winning card from Brent B, but you will get your own card issued to you. You could see here are all the different cards for the members of the Simply Cyber community that played along today. And we'll do it next first Friday of every month. I know, Brian Mulder, free the puppies. The thing is, I don't want them barking. And also, like, in the corner, the back corner of my yard is muddy, but also we are kitty corner to another house where they have a dog, and the dog will bark. And then my one dog, Gibbs, he will dig into the mud, and then I have to, like, manually, like, painfully clean out all of his claws. I did have a request from Mrs. Ozier to introduce you guys to the dogs last night when I spoke to my beautiful, lovely, supportive, amazing soulmate. She said, have I introduced you guys to the pets? So if you don't mind, I'd love to introduce you. Come here. Come on. Which one first? Come on. Okay. All right. This is the first one. This is Gibbs. He's the troublemaker. All right, Gibbs, say hi. Come on, Gibby, say hi. He's basically a living teddy bear. Right? Okay. All right, so that's Gibby Goo. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Come here, Ripple. And this is the big boy. This is Ripley, his twin brother. If we had to say that, like, one dog is mine and one dog is Mrs. Ozier's, Gibbs is Mrs. Ozier's, and Ripley's my boy. Huh? You're my boy, Blue. Okay. Yeah, such great dogs. We're a dog family, y'all. Have a good day, Cyber Newbie. I know, Marcus Kyler. Mrs. Ozier, yeah. She is amazing. You guys will get to meet her at some point. What is the red square on the bingo card? I have one. Is it for China or Chinese threat actor? Let me see what Space Tacos is saying. Hold on. I'm going to pull up Space Tacos' card here. Let's check out what she says. Let's look at Space Tacos' card together. Space Tacos, which one? Which red X? I don't know which red X it is here. If you're talking about the first column G, this thing right up here, this guy right here, let me know if this is what you're asking about. And then this is that's AI, right?
Shall we play a game?
Top left. Oh, this one right here. This is the Metal Gear Solid sound effect. So if you hear this sound effect, that's what that is. Thank you for asking. Anime WoW. Space Tacos doesn't have Anime WoW on her bingo card. The Anime WoW is... do I have it anywhere? Yeah, here. I don't know whose card this is, but this is the Anime WoW right here. One that says Anime WoW sound effects. All right, let's keep going, y'all. Somebody give the puppy the baton. That's right. Space Tacos is in here. Leatherneck Cyber Warrior says, Jerry, do you have concern around Microsoft Office cloud compromise like lateral movement? So Leatherneck, if you get, I mean, this was part of the scary thing with that Chinese attack that Microsoft got blown up on. In Microsoft Azure, they have these things called tenants. A tenant is like, I have my company's tenant and BSEC has his company's tenant. And even though the tenants are in the same physical architecture, you're not supposed to have tenant-to-tenant interaction, right? It's kind of like breaking out of the hypervisor if you're familiar with like VM architecture and stuff like that. So that's not supposed to happen. So lateral movement could only really happen within your organization technically. And a concern, yeah, absolutely. I mean, a infrastructure in the cloud and infrastructure on-prem, they're very similar in the way that endpoints kind of network with each other. So lateral movement can certainly happen. And compromises, I mean, this is why you have to have like zero trust architecture, right? And multi-factor authentication and conditional access, meaning like if BSEC lives in Houston, then BSEC probably shouldn't be logging in from Cambodia, or BSEC shouldn't be logging in between the hours of like midnight and 3 a.m., right? And I will tell you, you might say, well, Jerry, what if there's an incident at midnight and BSEC needs to log in? There are emergency accounts that have been created or should have been created that will allow you to like break the glass basically and log in. And it will document the hell out. Sorry, Kennedy. It'll document the fact that the emergency account was used, but that's why it's there. So then, because it doesn't happen often where BSEC has to log in at midnight. So it reduces that risk. That's what conditional access is. So yeah, Microsoft Office Cloud, for sure. It's a risk, right? But multi-factor authentication, zero trust architecture, let's go. All right. All right, what else we got? I'm excited for everybody's take on who to have guest host that week. I will, maybe we can do some fun stuff. I got to tell you guys, like, this isn't like a flex or anything. Like, that would be the most non-me thing ever. But like, running the daily cyber threat brief, like going live and doing all the stories and having hot takes, it's a little intimidating if you haven't done it before. So it's not like, oh, let's just go live, you know, but I would love to have 5 different people do it every single day that week and, you know, give you guys 5 different flavors of what the daily cyber threat brief could be. I mean, I would love having even guest hosts like Tyler Ramsby if he wanted to do it, or who else? Like, who's another kind of streamer? Like, who? Like, I can't, it's like John Hammond, like, is super busy, right? Jason Haddock's super busy. I know Tyler's busy, but he might be able to work it in. It's got to be someone that I think would be interested, would have the bandwidth, would be able to pull it off. Yeah, we'll have to think about it. James McQuiggan has guest hosted. He hasn't run the show by himself, but James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet could certainly do it. I don't know, James. Let me know if you're interested. I mean, it'd be intense. Also, update for everybody in the Simply Cyber community. Charles Finfrock will be in Charleston next week. He will be in person with me. The guy, oh my God.
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, hey, can you imagine James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet doing the daily cyber threat briefing from seat B1? He's like, just like getting after it. I love it. I love it. That's funny, Rex. I like it. Sandra might want to do it. I know I saw on social media, Sandra just like flew to maybe like internationally. So I don't know if she's in a place to do it right now. David Bombal or Network Chuck. So David Bombal, I've never ever engaged with, and Network Chuck, I'm on a invite only Discord server that Network Chuck is on, and he and I have messaged back and forth a little bit, but never like DMs or anything like that. So I don't really have those relationships. What did Ross say? Hold on. What did Ross say? The cloud is not that different if you are running traditional monolithic workloads. Yeah, exactly. Jen Easterly? Oh my gosh, guys. Jen Easterly. Imagine Jen Easterly covering a story about CISA. We could even do two people, right? Like Kimberly from the couch and water expert Justin Gold, perhaps. You know, we could do that. Thank you, Lazaro. I do like Network Chuck quite a bit. He's got a good personality, great content. So I would have, I'll tell you what, one person who I cannot have do the show by themselves is Charles Finfrock. If Finfrock ran the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing solo, I don't know what would happen or what could happen. Is Deb Wigley in the chat? Deb Wigley in the house, everybody. Deb Wigley, I just want to remind you before you bounce out of here, Deb, congratulations on Rekka Comics. Where are we, Rekka? Congratulations on Rekka Comics getting funded in 46 minutes, you absolute boss. Deb Wigley, Jason Blanchard, Black Hills, just straight crushing it. Oh, I meant to tell you guys, I did sponsor this, so I don't know if I can see these things. Look at this. They have the different tiers and rewards. I will tell you that I funded the, you can actually see it here. I funded this one because I wanted the physical copy. So that's really cool. And I'm totally pumped to support them. But what I wanted to show you is their different tiers. One of their tiers, this one's awesome. $5,000, okay? Which is a lot of money, okay? Obviously, right? $5,000, but check this out. It comes with everything in the package. And this right here. You will get all your comics in hardcover, signed, sealed, and you get it hand delivered. That's right. John Strand and as many Rekka team people as possible will get on a plane and literally bring it to your house. I hope they film it. I think it's so funny. It's awesome. I certainly couldn't foot for the $5,000 one, but I will tell you that I almost did this one right here because I do have a record player and I do have vinyl, and it would have been cool, but it just, a little bit of belt tightening over here at Simply Cyber, so I had to constrain myself a little bit. So anyways, that's it. Good job, Deb. I've got, it's 9:32. It's 9:32. Let me let you go. I actually want to get the deck ready for, the quarterly all hands meeting. So just remember, guys, let me do this really quickly. Savannah's my guest next week. She's awesome. Oh, I released another video on my channel yesterday. I forgot to tell you guys. This was an interview I did with Clarence Jobs. I'm so terrible at telling people about what I'm doing. So the state of Simply Cyber, this is the meeting that's happening at noon today, or the live stream at noon today. I'll drop a link to that. I hope you can come. Basically, it's an opportunity to hold me accountable and also to help shape the future of Simply Cyber initiatives. Also, where's Discord? You can see here, Discord, we got the event. Cybership Mentorship AMA, 1 p.m. today. Don't sleep on that. Go to simplycyber.io/Discord to get into the Discord server. And I think that's it. All right, guys. Great show, great stream, great weekend, great day. Met the dogs. Everybody be good. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. Hug your kids, hug your significant other. Hug your dogs if you're a dog person. Be well, everybody. Until next time, stay secure. I hope you enjoyed the Jaw Jacking. Be sure to check out the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing happening every single weekday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., where you can get the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, network with other professionals, and then stay for the Jaw Jacking just like you saw. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. See you in the next one.